from Designed Elegance Pastry Shop here. I'm here to show you how to put together some cakes, and we will put the cakes together, we'll stack them with fillings, and then we'll get them ready to ice and then eventually decorate. So, we've got a couple of cakes to do. We've got a white cake and a chocolate cake, and I guess we'll get started with the white cake. Alright, so I've got a couple of layers that are already baked and ready to go. What I'm going to do is just pop one out, give it a little shake out of the pan, pull the paper off the bottom, put it on the cardboard, turn it over, and now I've got it on my spinning turntable. Anyone can get one of these spinning turntables at a local cake decorator store. If you're just a weekend warrior and you're not really ready to spend money on this, then I would recommend that you get a small Lazy Susan for your, like you would use for your cupboard. So what I'm going to do is I put the icing in the bag. I'm just going to squeeze out the excess, and now I have no air bubble. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit around the edge here, like so. Now I'm going to smooth this out, just like that. And this one we're going to put some raspberry in. So put the raspberry in, spread it out, keep it nice and even. And there we go. And this is a basically whipped cream, heavy whipped cream, with some of the raspberry added to it, which makes a nice delicious cream so that it's not all very, very sweet. Okay. Now, we have both layers on, and we'll put the top tier on. Right on top, let it drop right out of the pan. Make sure it's even. I'm looking at the top corner, lining up with the bottom corner. Okay, looks pretty good. Now I want to fill this area in right here. And now I'm going to push in and up. And that makes sure that there are no air pockets inside the cake, like so. And now just make sure that it's in place. And I'm going to spread it like so. You don't need to worry about the crumbs in the cake because it's all going to be covered up. Put a little more icing on just for good measure. And we'll smooth this out. Now, there are many purposes to this. Main purpose, all of the filling is now inside the cake. When I go to ice the cake in a few minutes, I'm not going to worry about the filling spilling out. Now that I have all this icing on the side, we call this the Band-Aid. So now the Band-Aid is on, the layers are going to be secure. When I chill this, it will become solid. So now I'm going to put it in the fridge. While that's chilling, I'm going to do my chocolate cake. And it's basically the same method. I baked these cakes earlier today, so they'd be nice and chilled for today, for this evening. Give it a little shake. See this paper? This protects the bottom of the cake. And then it helps pop out of the pan real easy. Put the cardboard on. And here we go. Same method. Start with the band. Whoop. Doesn't need to be neat. This is the inside of the cake. And this needs fudge. fudge is always good in chocolate. So we'll put some fudge on there. We'll put more fudge on there because everybody likes fudge.
No such thing as too much, right?
Now when it comes to chocolate fudge, especially in chocolate cake,
Oh yeah.
it just makes for a taller cake the more you put in, that's all. So we'll put a little more in, I think, because everybody likes chocolate, like I said. There, we'll just get a little bit up on top there. Okay, now this one, see this fudge is very loose. Notice it was almost saucy as I was putting it on. So rather than putting my cake on top right now, I think that I'd like to put another layer of icing around the edge, just simply because I'm afraid that if I put that cake on top, it's going to squirt that chocolate right out. So let's just add another layer right now. And then of course we want to smooth it out. And there would be. Now we're ready for this other cake layer. Shake it. Make sure it's loose, and then let it pop right out. Again, I'm going to line up the top corner with the bottom corner, just with my eye. Okay, that looks good. Now we'll add a little more icing. And then again with the Band-Aid here. We want to make sure that all the air pockets are out from inside the cake. Now we want to work slow with this. You don't want to try and do it all at once because then you just make a mess. So it looks like I need just a little bit more icing in my bag. Again, I'm going to drop this down and give it a squeeze. I actually call that burping the bag. So we want to burp the bag, make sure there's no air pockets in the bag, and then finish off with this last little strip right here. It's a lot easier to make small motions and go over it a few times than it is to try and do it all at once. And here we go. We're nice and smooth, we're square, we're even, and now we're ready for the cooler so that it can set properly, nice and square like this.